Following a pop. I'm struggling to talk today, y'all. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is something that I've never done before, but I thought, why not? Let's try it. So I have a Dollar Tree Blu-ray and DVD haul for you guys. I've been to a couple of different Dollar Trees picking through what they have. It is their like wow of the week type thing. So they have lots and lots out. A lot of people have already just like tore them to pieces. They have got barely anything left at this point from the last few stores that I went to. So I want to share with you guys what I did get. So I will start off with the Blu-rays first. So first up is a Jackie Chan directed film. It is called Reset. I didn't realize when I picked this up that it's not in English, it is in Mandarin, but it does have English subtitles. Sorry for the truck going by. That's one thing I hate with movies, is when they're not in English. I do not like reading through the whole movie. So this is the only one that we have watched so far. And like I said, I didn't like it. It is set in the future. Honestly, I didn't even finish watching it. I can tell you what the back says, that a scientist is on the verge of a major discovery when she successfully sends living tissue back in time, but everything unravels after her young son is kidnapped and held for a hefty ransom. The entirety of her research. When the drop goes sour and her son is killed, she sends herself back in time on a desperate mission to prevent his death in this action-packed sci-fi thriller. So there that is. Personally, I don't recommend this one. Next up is a movie for my son. It is Igor. He has watched this one. I don't have much to say about it. It's about a kid's film, but I will continue to read the back synopsis for you all just so you get an idea of what it's about. So this is featuring an all-star voice cast. Hilarious animated twist on the classic monster movie is howling fun for the whole family. Determined to prove he can win the evil science fair, a lowly but lovable lab assistant named Igor attempts to create a ferocious Franken monster who turns out to be a singing, dancing, gentle giant. So there that is. My son did enjoy that. The rest of these, nobody has watched in the house. I am quite interested in watching this one. It is the Deadlands. So it is a chieftain's teenage son must avenge his father's murder in order to bring peace and honor to the souls of his loved ones after his tribe is slaughtered through an act of treachery. Vastly outnumbered by a band of villains, Hongong's, I may not be saying that right, but that's okay. Only hope is to pass through the feared and forbidden Deadlands and forge an uneasy alliance with a mysterious warrior, a ruthless fighter who has ruled the area for years. So I am really excited to watch this one. Next up is a comedy with Morgan Freeman. It is Going in Style. Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and Alan Arkin team up as lifelong buddies, Willie, Joe, and Al, who decide to buck retirement and step off the straight and narrow for the first time in their lives when their pension funds become a corporate casualty. Desperate to pay the bills and come through for their loved ones, the three risk it all by embarking on a daring bid to knock off the very bank that absconded with their money. So there that one is. Next up is, I gotta grab this one for my husband. He likes action movies. This is Tell with Robert Patrick. Tell is the story of Ethan Tell, a small-time crook who makes a big-time score when he steals $1 million from a bank. Tell is caught by the police and sent to jail, but the money is never found. 3 years later, after his release from prison, he thinks his problems are behind him. However, when faced with his greedy ex-wife, the ex-partner he betrayed, his parole officer, and two corrupt cops looking to swipe his score, Tell discovers his greatest problems are waiting for him outside the prison walls. The Iceman, another one that I picked up for my husband. Richard Kalinsky lives a double life for years. One is a cold-blooded professional hitman and another is a loving family man. His mob bosses force him to work with the psychopathic Robert Mr. Frenzy Prong, a collaboration which threatens to collide the two worlds that he wishes so hard to keep separate. Another comedy is We'll Never Have Paris. Is it a comedy? Hold on a second. I think just because I've seen this guy, I automatically assumed it was a comedy, but I'm not sure. Let's read here. Okay, based on a true story, unfortunately. In a story based on true events, Quinn has been in a devoted relationship with Devin for several years and is ready to propose marriage until a gorgeous blonde coworker reveals her love for him. Quinn immediately has second thoughts about matrimony and ends up terminating his relationship with his longtime better half. After a brief relationship with the blonde, Quinn quickly realizes he's made the mistake of a lifetime, so he sets off to Paris, where his one and only true love has moved to win her back. So I'm assuming this isn't a comedy. I don't know why, I just assumed it was. Okay, well, that's okay. Still will probably enjoy watching it. Next up is Scorched Earth. The planet has suffered an environmental collapse. The air became dangerous to breathe, the water became toxic, and billions of people died. Generations later, mankind has finally reestablished a rudimentary society and attempt to pick up the pieces that continue to blister in the sun. Attica Gage is a bounty hunter who has the chance at the bounty of a lifetime to bring down the ruthless outlaw Elijah Jackson. Gage infiltrates Jackson's gang and everything is going to plan until she meets a slave girl who reminds her of her dead sister. With her loyalty only to herself now tested, Gage learns that there might be more to life than just survival. This one sounds really interesting to me. So that's it for the Blu-rays. The next are just going to be just normal DVDs. So I picked this one up. My husband said he's already seen it. It is Ashes in the Snow. He says it was a so-so movie. He has seen it in the past. He doesn't go with me to go pick up the movies. So this is an artistic 16-year-old is forcibly separated from her family by Soviet soldiers and sent to one of Stalin's work camps in Siberia. Despite suffering through cruel and harsh conditions, Lena finds refuge in the connections she makes with other deportees and in the art she continues to create to document her experiences. And then again, a lot of these are for my husband, honestly, but he really enjoys medieval. So I grabbed this. This is Ironclad Battle for Blood. Steel yourself for another brutal battle as one of the few survivors of the Great Siege of Rochester Castle fights to protect his family's estate from fierce Celtic raiders. With the new battleground and new enemy, Ironclad Battle for Blood delivers the same ferocious, adrenaline-filled action that defined Ironclad. Tom Alston and Michael Fairley star in this thrilling new adventure from the director, writers, and producers of the original Ironclad. So I guess this is part 2. So I'm going to have to find just Ironclad so we can get the beginning story. We may watch this first. I don't know. We'll see. And then this one came recommended by my uncle, Bubbo. I know you're watching this. This is Bubble. He said it got really good reviews. So in this unique cinematic experiment, acclaimed director Steven Soderbergh brings this tragic story to life with startling realism. A bizarre love triangle is born at a doll factory in a small Midwestern town. Lonely and isolated, longtime employees Martha and Kyle have become friends by default in spite of their drastic age difference. Their dynamic is upset by the arrival of a new worker, young, attractive, single mother, Rose. As Martha grows increasingly wary about Rose's dubious character, she discovers Kyle and Rose develop a relationship of their own. When a murder investigation begins, it calls into question our established assumptions about these characters and life in their small town. And then there is Apocalypse Road. Following struggling to talk today, y'all. Following an apocalyptic event, two sisters are hunted down and separated by a gang of ruthless killers intent on creating their own twisted form of law and order. The sisters must fight through this new dangerous world to stay alive in the hopes of being reunited and escaping to freedom. And last but not least, they just go flying. Last but not least, my uncle picked this one out saying that he really thinks this is something I would like. It is Girl on the Edge. It is the true story about a troubled teenage girl who struggles with the aftermath of a trauma and old wounds from her childhood that it reopens. Unable to cope, Hannah Green becomes self-destructive, and her parents make the heartbreaking decision to send her away to an alternative healing center in the wilderness. Hannah is paired with a difficult horse named Betsy, who she forms a strong bond with, and through this, her life begins to change. So that is everything that I grabbed from Dollar Tree. I believe I will probably continue looking at Dollar Tree every month to see what they get in, because it seems like they do have some pretty good titles in. I know from other people's hauls that I've watched, I've missed out on many good titles that seem to be taken quite fast. So it is what it is. For $1, I would grab it too. So that's everything that I got this month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And tell me which movie out of those that you would be most interested in trying to get. And I look forward to talking to you guys next time.